Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fighting with Friends. It's your boy, Brother Guy, and we are back again to do another breakdown of One Friday Fights 142, which will be live this Friday, 13th of February at 1:30 South African time on YouTube, where we will also be live doing our watch along of this fight card. Speaking about the watch alongs, guys, I want to give another reminder to all of you that's gonna probably tune in tomorrow. For those who were tuned in last week, just a quick reminder again, we are not allowed to show you guys the fights on our channel. We do not have the legal rights to do so. So what you're actually tuning into is just a nice watch along with some cool guys breaking down the fights, commenting on the fights as they are happening live. That's what our watch alongs are. I don't know what else the watch along means outside of that. But if one day we get access to be able to show you guys the fights, then there you go. But as it stands right now, we can't do that. So what you will expect tomorrow for our live watch along is just us breaking down the fights as they are happening live. Speaking on that, also, I think what caused the confusion was the new rollout for One Championship, whereby if you are in Thailand only, you have access to watching the first 3 fights before it goes globally on YouTube, right? So if you look at the fight card, I'll bring it up on screen for you guys right now. If I look at the fight card, right, and I scroll all the way down. So from the first fight, which is between Julian Mayoga and Toshiko Konosu, all the way up to Jonas Anan versus Ryamu Matsumoto. So those 3 fights, we will not have access to watching them globally unless you've got a VPN, which point you can then purchase your monthly or 3-month subscription on the Thai on One Championship's website. Then have access to these opening bouts. After Jonas Anand's fight from Isaac Muhammad versus Churai Ishii, from this fight onwards, we will then have access to watching these fights on YouTube. Just remember that that's going to be the case for One Friday Fights until further notice, right? But okay, what we are here for is to obviously break down this fight card and give you guys as much insight and detail to how I think the fights are going to play out. I will not be giving you my picks for this fight card. You have to wait for that for our live betting man segment, which will be live a little bit later today. It's 9 p.m. South African time. Keep a lookout for that. It is up on YouTube at the moment. You can click on it and hit the notification bell to be reminded when we're going to go live, at which point myself and AD will be there, and we will give you guys our final picks for One Friday Fights 142 and Fight Night 40, which will take place the following day. We'll give our picks for those 2 fight cards. But okay, before I begin, please like, share, and subscribe to our content and to our channel. We love all the little bit of clicks. Page is doing really well. Community is growing really well. Every time you guys do click and subscribe or even hit the like button, it really does help YouTube's algorithm recognize our channel a little bit more, which means we can then boost more content for you guys. So you can keep a lookout for our breakdowns. I saw there's a nice comment in our preview for One Fight Night 40. Thank you to the individual who commented. I can't get your name right now, but I remember the comment said something along the lines of "Thank you for the breakdown. I've been looking for this kind of breakdown for a while. Happy to be able to help you guys out there. If you guys are betting, bet safely. If you're going by our picks, I'm grateful that I can help, but I can't guarantee that it's going to hit every single time. You know how these things go. We always get, it just takes one fight to one incorrect pick to crash out your entire parlay. But for the most part, we actually do get our fight picks correct. So yeah, if you stick around, it might just help you make some money this weekend. But okay, let's get straight into it. Main event, we see the return of Apiwat taking on Panpadej. This is flyweight Muay Thai, and yeah, interesting fight actually. It's a interesting main event. I personally feel like the co-main event between Don King and Gregor Tom could have been the main event. Even your what's his name? Suriyanlek, Badr Barbosa, and Zhang Peimian. That could have been the main event. You got a former champion taking on a former title contender. Suriyanlek and Muhammad Taoufyq. That could easily also be in the main event of this fight card. I feel like they are more worthy of being in that main event slot, considering that they are technically contracted fighters, Zhang and Alice Barbosa. They should be higher up on the card. You got Isaac Muhammad taking on Jirai Ishii. That's a little bit later down the card. I feel like that's a banger. Could have easily been the main event on the card as well. But that being said, if you think about all the names on this card, it's just stacked from top to bottom. Even some of the debut fighters that I don't know, but did the research and I'm like, okay, not bad, not bad. Some good records here, some good resumes as well. So I'm interested to see these debut fighters this Friday. But okay, with this main event, let me give you some statistics and break down the X's and O's. Apiwat is 33 years old. His record in one championship is 4 wins, 3 losses, 0 no contest, 3 fight win streak. 1 win by KO. He beat Jacob Thompson by unanimous decision in his last fight. Panpadej is 24 years old. Had a stellar breakout last year. Um, his record in one championship is 4 wins, 0 losses, 0 no contest. That is a 4 fight winning streak. 2 wins by KO, and he beat, guess this, Isanua by unanimous decision in his last fight. That was a big win for him, considering the level of Isanua's at right now and the names that he's taking. I think Panpadej has to be more respected. Let's put it that way. I think we should start putting respect on the young man's name because he's fighting good fights. He's fighting against good names as well, right? So stylistically, who's got the better X's and O's to win? Let's start with the man in the red corner, Apiwat. So what do we have here? We've got experience, we've got power punching, we've got aggressive nature, but he is a boxing heavy fighter, right? He does rely heavy on his boxing. Sometimes one punch instead of going like a 3 piece, which I wish he could do a little bit more of. He doesn't necessarily throw kicks to sort of end fights. He will throw an inside low kick, or he will kick the back leg, he will throw an outside low kick. But he mainly throws these weapons, even his deep isn't really to hurt you or to push you back. It's mainly to set up something else, which is mainly his boxing weapons, right? We've watched a lot of his fights. Even when he's in the clinch, he's got elbows in the clinch, but it's not necessarily where Apiwat is the most dangerous. Where he's most dangerous is out in mid range, right? When you're standing in the middle of the ring, and we're looking for our distance out in that moments in the fight. That's where Apiwat actually has the work going. He's got a nice step in left hook. It's beautiful. I like the way he throws that left hook. But I have noticed holes in his game, and he does get hit a lot. I know he's on a little bit of a what mistaken on a 3 fight win streak. Yeah, 3 fight win streak. It's a very good win streak. 2 of those wins came in 2024. One of them came in 2025. That was May. That was against Jacob Thompson. Jacob Thompson, let's be honest, is not in the same level as Apiwat experience and just understanding of the game. So he was able to win that fight, but I wasn't completely impressed with it. I thought Jacob Thompson actually made it a bit of a spectacle. I thought Apiwat could have actually walked right through him, but didn't. And the reason for that is Apiwat gets hit a lot. He does. His hands are a little bit far apart. He doesn't really keep it here. I was watching the Mighty Journey when he was talking to Arman Sarukin, and he was saying that and Dominic Cruz with Chuck Liddell saying that you get taught to keep your hands and your guard up, right? But then he's saying, but that's not always correct. Now I understand that, right? You can have an open stance, you can be a little bit more elusive with it, but then this is a big but for me. You will be safer if you keep your guard up. Now I'm not saying you must be glued to your face all the time because that's impossible. There will be times in the fight where you're gonna have to let go. You're gonna parry. You're gonna throw out a jab. You're gonna throw a kick, and it's gonna move your guard a little bit, right? But I think for the most part, when you're in there, try as best as you can to keep your guard tight, as best as you can. You're not always gonna get it right, but try as best as you can. And Apiwat doesn't do that. He does leave the guard open. Every fight I've watched Apiwat fight, I liked what I saw, but I also noticed that he was getting hit in all those fights, and I just questioned his defense, right? Now he's taken on Panpadej, who is younger, but he's faster. He's more creative. He's got a bigger heart, in my opinion. He's like, you look at the fight against Isanua. Isanua took it to him. Isanua made it a difficult fight for Panpadej. And I felt that what carried him through that fight was his heart. He won the first round, he lost the second round, and the third round he had to dig deep, and he won that third round. And I find that very impressive. I find that that's one of the biggest attributes for Panpadej as to what carries him through his fights. And if you add that heart to the skill set that he has, makes him a dangerous fighter. And he's only 24 years old. I can only imagine what he's going to be like at 26, 27, 28. Right? Great in the clinch, right? He had to use his clinch a lot when he fought against Isanua, because he had to survive that onslaught. And I just find his boxing to be a little bit sharper than than Apiwat, in the sense of he is not only is he more creative, but he's faster to the target and he's aggressive to the target. Where Apiwat will be like one hook to the body, overhand right, throw an elbow. That's typical Muay Thai speed, right? That's like at rhythm. Hey, 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 like that. Whereas Panpadej is just he's offloading on you, but he will also at the same time keep his defenses there. He picks his shots, he moves, he cuts angles. He's got a nice low sense of gravity, which I like. Which makes it tricky for guys to actually catch him because of that explosive movement. And I find Apiwat might have a difficult time dealing with that. Now, look, there is a gap. There's almost a 10-year gap between the guys, right? And Apiwat's experience is second to none when it comes to Panpadej, right? He's got a lot more experience. And that may be a key to him winning this fight. I think you, in terms of being able to see what Panpadej can do, meaning I've fought a young cat like yourself. I've fought fighters that are move like you, as fast as you. I've had seen this pattern before. And for Panpadej, it's like, what can I do against the guy who knows what I can do? Right? What's he gonna do? And I personally feel like for Panpadej, he needs to be he needs to be aggressive and almost remove the respect for the older man. You get what I'm saying? He has to go in there and go like, okay, I know it's up here. What I know you got good experience. I know you got powerful punches, but it's my time. It's my time. I'm the next in line. I'm the next generation. Let me show you what's new. You know what I mean? He needs to go in there and remove that respect and just like take it to him immediately. Why is this always? Why is the? Sorry, I just noticed something. There we go. Uh, there was a spelling error in my ticket tape. Damn it. 1 second, guys. But that, yeah. So coming back to the fight, I think that's what Panpadej has to do in this fight. And for Apiwat, he needs to school the young man. And I feel like to stop Apiwat, you to do what Senor did in the second round, and that means you need to get on your bike, be aggressive, stick it into his face, punch him freaking hard, stay aggressive, make him fight backwards. Panpadej, although he can fight backwards, it's not his preference, right? He wants to be the one leading the dance. So I think Apiwat needs to really push him back, make sure he can't take a step forward, and attack his legs. Attack his legs, spam the right high kick, spam the left high kick, switch a left high kick. Like throw it at him. He's shorter, right? You're gonna have a difficult time punching down and catching him. But if you blast in left switch kicks or you blast in high kicks or kick in the body a lot, right? You're gonna keep him occupied. He's gonna have to defend, try and walk forward, defend again. You make him occupy that legs. That's how you make Panpadej not be offensive. And then he has to play defense, and then he starts opening himself up for you to land those bigger shots. Can Apiwat do that? I don't think so. Just because he's not a kick-heavy approach fighter. He's a boxing-heavy approach fighter. So for me, he's going to have to use his kicks in this fight to actually win the fight. But if he stays only with his boxing range, I don't know. I'm not completely confident in that style up against someone like Panpadej. But what I can do is ask you guys to let me know in the comment section who you got for the win in that main event, based on what I've just stated now in terms of their styles. Who you think has the advantages here? As much as I like Panpadej for the win, I do think that it's a very much an experienced Apiwat, and he's a dangerous guy. Even though his fights haven't been the most entertaining. When he beat Jacob Smith, that was a good fight, but I mean Jacob Smith made it a bit of a spectacle. He beat Yodphupa by majority decision. I watched that fight back. Yodphupa actually won the fight. He knocked out Elias Kasem. That's a child. He knocked out a child. Second round KO. And then he lost to Wacharapun Singama win. He lost to Den Kriankai. Okay, he got the lick back, but he won. He lost to Den Kriankai. And he lost to ET. So you see what I'm saying? He's not the most like someone you can be most confident in, right? But because there's almost a 10-year gap between the two of them, it should level the playing field. I don't know. Give me your thoughts in the comment section, guys. I want to give him my picks, but I can't give it right now. I'm gonna give it to you guys a little bit later. But okay, let's keep it moving to the co-main event. Banger co-main event, staying in the flyweight division, Muay Thai. We have Dong King taking on Gregor Tom. This is gonna be a fun one. We've got two power punches going at each other. Contrasting styles, but both power punches, right? Dong King, 25 years old, record in one championship, 4 wins, 2 losses, 0 no contest, 3 wins by KO, 2-fight losing streak, lost to Rustam Yanusov by unanimous decision. That was a good fight, by the way. Gregor Tom, 26 years old, his record, I think he might be 27 now. His record in one championship is Uh, one win, one loss, zero no contest. So um, that one win came by KO, and then he lost to Pompet by second on TKO in his last fight. But again, he took on Pompet when Pompet has been on a hot streak, right? Purple patch. I don't know if Gregor Tom was ever going to win in that fight, even though I think he's fucking good. I rate Gregor Tom. Uh, I think he can become something. I just feel in that fight against Pompet at that particular time, I honestly believe it didn't matter who Pompet fought at that time. Pompet was going to win anyway. He's just on a hot streak right now. But okay, this is going to be a fun fight. I think stylistically they are different, but they both have the way of I think the keys. They key power weapons or their punches. They powerful punches, right? But they throw it differently, right? So with Dunking, I have done his attributes. He's very durable. He's a very sharp boxer, power puncher, pressure heavy fighter, loves to go forward. His kicks to the body and to the legs are thrown with true intentions. And then obviously when he gets you back against the ropes, he does let that hands go. He offloads combinations with a lot of power. He's got a nice body shot as well. But the one thing I did notice on defense is that he doesn't move his head. Right? He doesn't move his head. Konosu was able to tag him a few times in that fight because he doesn't move his head. Through a nice high kick, bang, caught him with it, but he shook it off really nicely. Pardon me, but when he does go for finishing sequences, I noticed Don King's head doesn't necessarily, it doesn't, it doesn't move when he's throwing his shots. It's just here, staying in the center line. But he he doesn't move with that punches. You know what I mean? He keeps it very straight. And for Gregor Tom, he's also a power puncher, slightly slower rhythm, also a pressure heavy fighter, right? But I find him to be a little bit more precise. That's because of the rhythm that he fights at. I use the word slower, which is it's a negative term, but in this context. But what I'm trying to say is that because his rhythm is slightly slower than Don King, it makes his punches a little bit more precise for me, right? His jab is a little bit more accurate. I think he may have the range advantages as well. So I'm looking at the live weigh-ins for one fight night 40. I think Gregor Tom is 5'9". I think he may just have the he's got the range. He's got the range on him. So he's a little bit more precise because of his rhythm, right? He doesn't go in there and high kick, body shot, low kick. Like Don King. Don King will offload a bunch of combinations at you. Gregor Tom is a little bit higher guard, right? Higher guard, walks forward, and at the slow pace, walks, but that's his special game. He walks you down, keeps the guard high, pushes out tips, push up with this long, up straight stance. But then when he gets into range, you can expect like one shot that will rock you. Come forward, you'll throw maybe a two-piece. Got mean elbows in the clinch. I think he's gonna have to use his range here to win this fight, and he has to push Don King back all the time. If he does not do that, Don King will be the bull in this fight. That's how he fights. He likes to go forward. He's aggressive. Gregor Tom, I think he's gonna have to attack the body. A lot of weapons down the middle rather than coming from the sides. That would mean straight kicks to the face, deep kicks to the body, upward knees. And then maybe if he's gonna try and cut angles, I would love to see him step off left and throw a body shot or an uppercut. He's gonna have to walk Don King down. He can't fight this fight going backwards. And I just wonder that slower rhythm, although for me it has the more precision-like striking, I just wonder if Don King will even allow him to get into that kind of rhythm. Because Don King isn't the kind of guy that just stands there. Watch his fights, all of his fights, even the one that we fought against Yanusov. Even in that fight, Yanusov is a bulldog as well. He moves a lot, right? But Don King also matched that movement. He moved with him. He's a pacey guy, and he's a very high IQ kind of fighter. I'm not too sure who wins this one. It's a difficult fight to pick. I think both guys have got, again, similar power. They just use it differently. Don King tends to just offload a couple of shots, whereas Gregor Tom will kind of like choose one or two at a time, but look to find that chin, or look to find the body, or attack the carve. He's a very selective kind of fighter. He doesn't just waste energy. He chooses where he wants to throw it. I just think that I like that style. I just think it may come off second best against a style like Don King's. May just. But let's see. This fight for me does have high potential for being fighted tonight, purely because of who it is. Don King and Gregor Tom are Finishes, power punches, speedy guys. They both like to be aggressive, but they use their pressure very differently. That's for me where the fight's going to be make or break moments is who executes their pressure game the best. That's the key to victory for me for both these guys. But you can give me your thoughts in the comment section. Obviously, we know our boy PSPV is always in the chat, giving some valuable information about these fighters. So I want to say a big thank you to him. He normally gives us his picks on these fight cards literally in the comment section when it comes to these videos. So if you guys want to get more insight to these fights, I would say check out the SPV's comments in our videos. It does give valuable information for the fight cards. Okay, we'll keep it moving to the next one, boys. Let's go. All right. We have strawweight Muay Thai. We have Payak back again taking on Petnamkhong. This is gonna be a fun fight. Payak is 20 years old. His record in one championship is 2 wins, 1 loss. No contest. He's on a 2-fight win streak. He beat Abdesami Rechnimi a second round disqualification in his last fight. That was just disgusting to watch. Petnamkhong is 22 years old. His record in one championship is 3 wins, 4 losses, no contest, 2 wins by KO, 3-fight losing streak. He lost to Kan Pitak by split decision in his last fight. Styles are different here. I will say Payakut's got a little bit more of the footwork game, lighter on his feet. He's got good combinations, mid-range kind of fighter. Lovely kicking game where he goes down to the legs, to the body, or high with it. Good boxing combinations. I saw enough in his 2 fights to know, okay, that in his 3 fights, even the one he did lose, to know that he's not bad. This kid is not bad. I think we need to be patient with his growth a little bit because I do think the talent is there. But I think with time, he'll be better than what he is right now. Petnamkhong, on the other hand, his style is a little bit more flat-footed, but he does have the bigger punch between the two guys. He does have the harder hit. I remember watching one of his fights where I was like, where the fuck did this power come from? Luke Kwan, that's the guy he fought. He fought Luke Kwan. That was one of his 2 wins. And he knocked him out. And I was like, hold on. Of his 3 wins. I remember watching that fight. That was 2024. And I was like, where on earth did the power come from? In the strawweight division as well. It's like he's heavy-handed, but he does have a flat-footed style. That he's a little bit just boxing heavy. He doesn't kick that much. Walks very flat-foot. Doesn't really bounce around. Doesn't really move a lot. Just walks straight forward. Those heavy shots at you, right? I like that. I just don't know if that style is going to guarantee him a lot of wins going forward. It may bring him a lot of highlight reel finishes, but I don't know if it's going to be something that will survive against the more elite fighters. And I'm not saying Payakut's more elite than him. I just think Payakut's style is not there to be hit. And when he goes forward, when Payakut goes forward, he reminds me a little bit of a Zhao Suyai. He goes forward, lots of combinations, high kicks, not a lot of power, but like a lot of volume. And because he moves so much, I just feel Petnamkhong may not catch him. That being said, in those exchanges, when Pakut comes forward, Petnamkhong could time him nicely. You could time that dart forward and bang, kick it over and right. You could time him, right? He might even fight that way. He might even realize I'm not as fast as Pakut, right? But if I stand right here in the center, he must come to me. You know what I'm saying? He must come to me, and then I'm gonna catch him. I can go pressure heavy, and I could cork this right hand. I could just fake it, come up with the uppercut, pick the uppercut, come with the left. He could time him. He could set those powerful punches up. I just wonder if Pakut will ever really be there long enough to actually get tagged. It's gonna be an interesting fight. That's gonna be a very interesting fight because I've seen Petnamkhong's power, and I've seen Payakut's movement. And it comes down to that for me. It comes down to Payakut's movement. If he stays on his bike, I think he outstrikes Petnamkhong every round. If Petnamkhong times the entries, attacks the lower legs a lot, he can set up his powerful shot, and he could even get Pakut out of there, second or third round. But he has to be aggressive. He's gonna have to chase him down and cut the angles to get that powerful shots for me. Interesting matchup. Really interesting matchup. Give me your thoughts in the comment section, people. Let me know what you think. That's a very interesting fight, but I'm excited to watch it. Very excited to watch that fight. Let's see who wins on the night. For now, I'll keep it moving to the next fight. Right. So up next, we're again back at the flyweight division, Muay Thai. We have Kusen Salomov, one half of the Salomov twins, taking on Noa Pet from Tedek Bao Bao. This is going to be a fun fight. We have Kusan Salomov, 19 years old. His record in one championship is 1 win, 1 loss in no contest. He beat Rocky. Hey. My check. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He beat Rocky by unanimous decision in his last fight. Who did he lose to? He lost to someone. Oh, yes. It was Lam Singh, I think. No, Ubaid Hussein. But Ubaid Hussein is also a good fighter. Noa Pet, on the other hand, is 27 years old. His record in one championship is 1 win, 3 losses, 0 no contest, 1 win by KO, 3 fight losing streak. He lost to Ayad Al Badr by first round KO in his last fight. Ayad Al Badr has made a very good return to the one championship. Like he's been getting finishes. He even knocked out Petlampun, who's also on this fight card, by the way. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting fight. Like I kind of want Noa Pet to win just because the Salomov twins, there's just this cockiness to them that I just can't get behind. I just don't like it. Um, Not all of these guys are going to be as humble as Aslamjan Otikov. But anyway, that being said, the kid can fight. Like the Salomov twins can fight. They're very elusive in there. They got a very kickboxing nature, almost like Asadullah, no, Abdullah, Ibrahim, no, Abdullah Iman Ghazaliev, right? Very similar style. They're super creative, lots of spins, axe kicks, sharp movement. Again, light on their feet, so their in and out movement and lateral movement is fantastic, which is why they're able to like survive. With like the one fight that he lost against Ubaid Hussein was fights just like them, but from the UK. I think he had a little bit more power shots than Salomov. But Salomov has got the movement and the creativity and the awkwardness that, to be quite frank, a lot of the guys struggle to deal with, right? Now, Noa Pet, as much as I like him and I want him to win, I'm doubtful. The reason why I'm doubtful for that is because Noa Pet is a power puncher, flat-footed kind of guy. Doesn't really have a lot of elusive movement. Doesn't have a good evasive movement either. Gets tagged a lot. 3-fight losing streak is not good, guys. And he lost to Ayad Al Badr. He lost to Sing Dom Tong and Petlampun, right? He knocked out Petputpa. Petputpa is young. He's a young kid, right? He's like 19 years old. I think when they fought each other, he was 18. And Noa Pet's a 27-year-old man now, right? So make that make sense. But outside of that, when Noa Pet fought fighters of his age and his caliber, or even slightly better than him, he couldn't really handle it, right? And that's my concern here for him in this fight. I don't know what style he's going to deploy to beat Kusen, purely because Kusen can beat him, but just moving a lot and throwing deep kicks the whole time. Doesn't even have to punch him, because I just don't know if Noa Pet's going to be able to close that distance enough and cut the angles fast enough to actually prevent Kusen from moving around. And that's Kusen's biggest attribute, is that he moves a lot, right? He moves a lot. He's a high volume striker. Not only is he high volume, his strikes are pretty deadly. They can't stop you. They can hurt you. His calf kicks, his tip kicks, his axe kicks, his spinning wheel kicks, his spinning elbows, his jabs, his 2-3s. The kid is a very good fighter, guys. Like I as much as I don't like the personality, I can't knock him down for the fight style. It's a really good fight style, and the traditional slower rhythm Thai fighters, they can't deal with it. They just don't know how. Now, I think, does that mean Noa Pet can't win this fight? No, he can, right? And it comes down to timing and precision. And I feel that he's gonna have to play possum a little bit. Either play possum, because the Kusen brothers like to, Strong brothers like to move. They move. They just want to be a tornado in there the whole time. So two ways you can beat that for me is you play possum. You don't chase it. You let it come to you. When it comes to you, you time him. And you need to choose the right targets for it, right? And because they're so elusive and so creative, I think if you hit the body a lot, they will fold. They're not made of the same durability as the Thai fighters or the Myanmar fighters or the Laos guys, right? They don't have the same durability as that. So they plan themselves around lots of movement and high volume. But if you tag them with the right target, meaning if you hit the body a lot and you attack the front leg a lot, you will catch them. You will catch them. I thought my stove was on. Or you be super aggressive and you like the way Ubaid Hussein fought against him. You chase him, you make him fight backwards, make him be a counter heavy striker, put him in a clinch, lots of elbows, lots of knees, stay in the clinch. You do that, they can't move. They're not going to be able to survive there as much as you think they would, right? If you play the game on the outside, it becomes a kickboxing fight that you lose against these Salomov brothers. So I think Noa Pet needs to deploy two of those strategies. One of those two strategies. You need to be super aggressive and push him in the clinch, which I don't think Noa Pet does really well, or you you play possum and you counter strike, but you have to counter strike by attacking the body more than you attack the head. Because if you look at the Tedek Bao fighters, they don't really base themselves around clinching. They're a bit more of like a what's his name, dead one leg. They fight like that. They've got that sniper like fight style, precision sniper like fight style. Choose your targets nicely, and break them down like that methodically. That Germany is based around that. I just don't know if Noah Pet's gonna be able to do that, but that's the style he's gonna have to deploy for me to win someone like Kusen Salomov. Otherwise, if you fight kickboxing style, you're probably gonna come off second best against him the whole time. Give me your thoughts in the comment section, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts. For now, I'm gonna keep it moving to the next bout on the card. Let's go. Okay, up next we have women strawweight Muay Thai. I know the pictures are not on screen right now, but just give me a sec. Yes, people. So, yeah. So up next we have women's strawweight Muay Thai. Sorry, I just got like a very interesting message there. We have Shay Lee Wedderburn taking on Johanna La from Australia, Canada, Jamaica. So this is going to be an interesting fight. I had to go watch some tape on them. I unfortunately didn't get a lot of tape from Johanna La, but I saw enough of the record, the resume to see what the buzz is all about here. So Shay Lee, she's 23 years old. This is her one championship debut. She's quite tall, good range, likes to play in the clinch, good knees in the clinch as well, good elbows. Well, okay elbows, but I do find her movement to be a little bit rigid, a little bit stiff. There's no fluidity to the way she moves. She's not like a Vampara Kuyate, for example. She's very stiff. But she is WBC Canadian champion. She's fought Taylor McCleachy, but she lost. But apparently, judges, some people thought she won that fight. I know DSPV gave me the information, so I had to go check it out a little bit. And I think her father, I forgot his name now, but I think he's a high level, or at least a very experienced fighter. I think he competed in Muay Thai and boxing. I think he competed in MMA as well, I'm not mistaken. Well, when I looked at his topology page, I was like, okay, this guy's got the stuff. Let me just look at his page again quickly to remind myself here. So Markael is his name, I think. Markael Wedderburn. 4 wins by KO, 4 wins by sub, 3 decisions, lots of losses, lots and lots and lots of losses. Not a lot of wins, but I mean, it's a mad career from 2006 all the way to 2019. Lots and lots of fights, but lots and lots of losses as well. So, but he's got his own gym. His daughter trains out of there as well. Johanna La is 33 years old, so yeah, you can see the difference there. He's also a one championship debut. Her record's a little bit more high level for me. 12 wins, 2 losses. Fought with the current RWS champion Barbara Aguirre, but she lost that fight. But still, that's good experience to carry, right? I think Johanna Last probably got the better fight IQ experience here. But I don't know her style. Didn't really get the tape. Sorry, let me just turn this volume down. I am also looking at the live weigh-ins for One Fight Night 40. Diego Paez is about to hopefully he makes weight. I know not Shadow, Black Panther missed weight in hydration twice. So he still has some time to come back and make it. What's Diego Paez doing? Hopefully he passes weight in hydration. Let's go, Diego. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So I'm not too sure who's gonna win. So I'm not gonna give you guys my pick. You can give me your thoughts for that one. I don't like making a pick. If I were to put money down, I'd probably go with Johanna Laugh with experience, but that height of Shay Lee is just scary. Let's see what happens. Probably won't put them in my picks anyway, but I'll keep it moving to the next one. Let's go. Okay, up next we have a rematch atomweight Muay Thai division. Payak, younger brother of Chad Payak, taking on Dokmaifai. Both guys are, oh no, excuse me, Dokmaifai is making his one championship debut. He did beat Payak in October 2025. It was a 5-round fight as well. And I gotta say, that wasn't a long fight. What was the month that Payak had his debut? Uh, that was November. So he lost to Dokmaifai in October. Then fought dead. One championship November 14th. That was his debut and knocked him out in the first round. Um, Now, as TSPV and I had a little chat about this fight, and he mentioned that. Look, I watched the tape of their first fight. I must say, Payak looked absolutely terrible. Barely did anything for 5 rounds. Fought scared. Didn't throw anything. He was basically a walking punching bag. Doc Maffei pieced him up, and it wasn't even a high pace kind of fight. It wasn't even like a. It was such a slow burning fight. I mean, the shots from Doc McFar wasn't even coming at the range where Payak had to be worried about it. It was like it will stand there for like maybe 30 seconds, and it'll be like straight, low kick, poof, body shot from Doc McFar. It'll come into range. He'll throw straight to the body, come back to range. And they will measure. And Payak doesn't even throw anything back. He doesn't even retaliate. And then they get into the clinch, and he looks like he's wincing a lot in the clinch, and then the knee will come up, and then he'll break away. But such a slow pace. So I just wonder, because this is going to be 4 ounces, 4 ounce gloves. That fight was in big gloves. I just wonder if this changes the way Payak's going to fight this fight. Especially if you look at his performance against Dead. Against Dead, he was super aggressive, like super, 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 super aggressive. And he was high pace. Oh, the broadcast just cut from one championship. Oh, I'll get the stuff later. Um, yeah, he was super aggressive, sharp 1-2s. They're both southpaw fighters, but Doc Maifai he's the taller fighter, so and just ever so slightly, but he's the taller fighter, and he used that range better than Payak did. But I just wonder if Payak's gonna get on his bike early and get aggressive and look for the power shots to put him away, just like his brother fights, right? Because I find if they fight slow, methodical fight the way they did in the first fight. Honestly, I don't know if Payak wins that fight if he does that. If he fights like it, I think he's gonna have to be aggressive, sharp, um, and put the pace on Doc McFar immediately because Doc McFar doesn't fight that fast, or at least in the fight I watched, he doesn't look like he's a high pace kind of guy. He looks like he wants to have controlled, measured approach. So I think with that kind of fighter, if you put them on the high pacey fight, it throws them off their game and they have to react suddenly at the high rate, which is not their preference. So Payak's gonna have to do that. Is he gonna do it? I don't know. I would like to think he's gonna do it, and I think if he does, I think he wins this fight all the time. But yeah, again, tricky fight, right? And it is a rematch. And Doc Marfa looked very comfortable in their first fight. That for me is a tricky one. If that's gonna be what motivates you guys to make your pick, let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna reserve my reasonings for my pick a little bit later this evening. We will be live. Just to remind you guys again, we will be live for our parlay episode. If I was a betting man, where I will be releasing my picks for one Friday fights 142 and fight night 40. Okay, let's keep it moving to the next fight, guys. Let's go. A lot of fights. Next, we have atomweight MMA women's division. We have Alexia Fontaine taking on Elena Agnateva and Agnateva from Russia. France taking on Russia. Both women making their debut right now. Alexia Fontaine, her record is 4 wins, 1 loss in a contest. That's all amateur record. So this is going to be her MMA pro debut. She has 1 win by sub. She won the SSP title. That was an amateur title. I think it's back in France. What I saw in that fight, she's primarily a striker. She has good takedown defense, sharp knees when in the clinch. Good Thai clinch, by the way. Nice left hook. Aggressive, facey little fighter. But what I like most about her is a takedown defense. She's got mean takedown defense, elbow across the face, clinch, throws the knees. I like that against grappling heavy fighters. And Elena is a grapple heavy fighter. Now she's got more experience. This is going to be her debut. She's got 8 wins and 1 loss in her overall record. a few wins by sub, a few wins by TKO, but she's mainly a grappling specialist and submission artist. She is significantly shorter as well. So I'm keen to see what happens here. Is she going to be successful in being able to take Alexia down? If she's not able to do that, I'm a little doubtful for her because Alexia does have some good striking. But that's all I can really go off. I don't have a pick for this one. I'm not going to pick a winner for this one. I'm going to bypass it unless someone like DSPV convinced me to take a pick here, maybe a live bet. But to be honest with you guys, I'm not going to make a pick for that one. Then we are going to be moving to our next fight. This is strawweight Muay Thai between Yodphupa, not the one I was talking about earlier. This is a new Yodphupa, and also not Yodphupa that was, I don't know what happened to the other Yodphupa, a little bit stockier. He was a good fighter. I'm not too sure what he's doing right now. But this is a new Yodphupa. He is taking on excuse me, the name is spelled incorrect on the website. It's Shui Kojima. He's also making one championship debut. He's got 13 wins. His overall record, 4 losses, a couple of TKO wins. Mainly, he did win Road to 1 in 2023. So he's got more experience, right? One thing I noticed about Yodphupa in the tape that DSPV sent me. Thank you, DSPV, for the updates. He looks tall, he looks rangy, he's got good knees in the clinch. He's got a nice step in near from the outside. But I think he's primarily fights in the clinch game. Whereas Kojima, I couldn't find tape on the young man. I don't even know what his age is, that, but I do like what I see in the resume. But again, I can't give you a pick on this one either. So let's see what happens. Maybe Yodphupa gets the win. But let's see what happens on the night. I'm gonna reserve my opinion. I'm more excited to see what Kojima looks like because we don't have a lot of fantastic Japanese Muay Thai fighters. Churai Ishii is a good one. He's on the squad. I'll get him a little bit later. Obviously, Nadaka Yoshinari, the champion in this division, in the atomweight division. No one else like him. There's Shimon Yoshinari as well in the flyweight division. So there are some good ones, but we don't see enough of them, right? I think Onaha is another guy. I can't get his first name, but also a good Muay Thai fighter. But let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens when we go forward here. I want to move on to the next bout. Now, this is a big fight. This is a very big fight because this could have easily been main event for me. Because we have Elias Barbosa. He is a former title challenger against Prajan Chai. Zhang Peimian, former kickboxing strawweight champion, top level fighter, also still very young. Elias Barbosa Al Jaffa, I think it is. He's 25 years old, fighting out of UK. He's record in one championship. He's 2 wins, 1 loss in contest. 1 win by TKO. He beat Shamil Abdukov by 3rd round TKO in his last fight. Zhang Peimian is 22 years old. It's matter year that he's only 22 years old, considering like how many fights he's had and being a former champion. Is like, he actually won the title quite early. And then you ask yourself, okay, maybe because the division was still very much empty, they didn't have a lot of contenders. But I mean, that's taking nothing away from his performances, right? His record in one championship is 5 wins, 4 losses in no contest. 1 win by TKO. He beat Tongpoon by unanimous decision in his last fight. Styles are very similar, but different pace, right? So for Barbosa, I find him to have the bigger punch in terms of having the harder punch between the two guys. He is slow to start, but he is aggressive pressure fighter when he does get going. He's like super, super aggressive, right? Zhang Peimian, on the other hand, he starts the fight fast. Also a power puncher, but throws different types of strikes. Got a good jab. He loves to throw hooks to the body, and he can get tagged in those exchanges. But he's a very durable guy. I find that's where we're going to see this fight a little bit. I think in the beginning, I expect Zhang Peimian to start fast, get in front of the fight, and push Barbosa backwards because Barbosa takes a while to get going. Right? The strikes are different. They're both power punches, but Barbosa, his power punching comes like hooks to the head. He goes in forward, but then he hooks up, then goes down, then comes up again, right? Peimian works off his jab, throws the right hand, but then when he sees he's in range, what he does is he hooks the body a lot. That's his preferred choice. He hooks that body a lot. Then he comes up to the top. Doesn't kick that much. Kicked a lot against Tongpoon, which I thought was nice to see. But still, he's a power punching guy, and he's like a high volume power punching guy. Barbosa isn't high volume, but it's a lot more devastating, a little bit more shock to his shot than Zhang Peimian. it's interesting to see this fight because I think Barbosa's probably going to catch Zhang Peimian going backwards. Because Zhang Peimian's going to be the one that's going to be pushing the pace the whole time. And if he doesn't get tagged heavy from Barbosa in those exchanges, I think he can win the fight throughout the rounds because he's probably going to walk away in the first 2 rounds and then slow down in the later rounds. But he can go 5 rounds easy. And this is not a 5-round fight, but he can go 5 rounds easy, Zhang Peimian. I think it's a brilliant fight. I think this is a good fight for the division as well. I do prefer Barbosa at Muay Thai. I'm being honest with you guys. I think he's better there. But okay, the division does need more challenges, right? So let's get him into kickboxing. I don't know who's going to win. Stylistically, I think Peimian's got the better fight style. But, dude, I've seen him lose fights where I'm like, he should have won this fight. But he loses the fight. And Barbosa is a gangster. Barbosa has got the bazooka on him. And I think that can change the whole way this fight's going to go. So let's see what happens, guys. I think Barbosa's going to fight counter heavy here. And maybe round 2 and 3. Be the one to be the bigger dog there. Let's see what happens. It's going to be an interesting fight, right? Give me your thoughts in the comment section while we move on. All right. Next, we have Suriyanlek taking on Muhammad Taoufyq in the flyweight Muay Thai division. Suriyanlek, 29 years old. His record in one championship is 9 wins, 6 losses, 0 no contest. Still doesn't have the contract, which is fucking weird. 6 wins by KO, 1 win by TKO, 2 fight losing streak, losing to my guy, Kusen Lek, by unanimous decision. Kusen Lek's also an absolute gangster. Muhammad Taoufyq is 21 years old. His record in one championship is 2 wins, 2 losses, 0 no contest, 1 win by KO, 1 win by TKO, beating Petnamkhong Noa by second round TKO in his last fight. So what do we have here? We have Suriyanlek, ball of fire, John Lineker-esque, power punching, bulldozer-like approach, right? Doesn't kick a lot, but just goes in there and just wails on you. And that always levels the playing field, no matter who he's fighting, right? But he is fighting against a fighter that has the style that's a nightmare for Suriyanlek in Muhammad Taoufyq, right? Tall, long, rangy, high volume, skillful, throws weird stuff in there, spinning elbows, spinning wheel kicks, good body shots, good shots to the legs. He's creative. He fights a little bit like Deco, and Deco was the guy to beat Suriyanlek twice. Oh, they're 1-1, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just make sure. Yeah, they fought twice, 1-1. And that tells you, bro. That tells you that the style that Suriyanlek doesn't like to fight against is someone that's got Taoufyq style. That's the kickboxing nature. Staying out of range, moving a lot, never really allowing Suriyanlek to land those big shots. That's what Deco did really well. He never allowed Suriyanlek to fire off on him. And I think that's the one thing about Muhammad Taoufyq as well. You can't really land on the guy because he moves a lot. He's a high volume, high movement kind of fighter. Like you can catch him. Like Wutikrai caught him. Asadullah Iman Ghazaliev beat him. But outside of those two guys, and even the fight against Iman Ghazaliev, I thought he did a good job to survive the fight. He lost every round, but he did a good job to survive that fight. Suriyanlek is shorter, right? So Suriyanlek's gonna have to do a lot to catch that head. Because Muhammad Taoufyq is as tall as Deco. In fact, I think he's a bit taller than Deco. He's 6 foot. But I think Suriyanlek's gonna have to really attack the legs and the body. He's gonna have to be aggressive. And look, he's got power and durability, right? So he's gonna be able to survive. I think Muhammad Taoufyq's he's never a hard time knocking Suriyanlek out, but he can beat him for 3 rounds. He can outstrike him and outwork him for 3 rounds. Everyone that beats Suriyanlek like that beats Suriyanlek, they beat him like that, they outwork him. So the biggest thing for Suriyanlek's opponents is stay away from the power shots. Don't stay in the pocket long enough to get tagged, right? Suriyanlek doesn't really hit the body a lot for me. He does hit the body, but he doesn't target it enough for me. He likes to hit the head because he has such a lot of power. And look, if he does land one shot on Taoufyq, I do think he knocks him out. I really do think so. I think that even if you get to the third round, the last 10 seconds of the third round, I do believe if Suriyanlek lands something big that third round late, he knocks him out. But does he get there? That's the big question, right? So give me your thoughts in the comment section about this fight. Who you think wins? I am going to give you a more detailed analysis to who wins later this evening. So keep a lookout for that, guys. We'll keep it moving to the next fight. Let's go. Okay, so we have strawweight Muay Thai Isaac Muhammad taking on Jirai Ishii, and this is my pick for fight of the card. I don't give a fuck who's in the main event. I don't care that we have Donking. I don't care we have Suriyanlek. I don't give two shits that we got Barbosa and Zhang Peimian, two basically title tasting fighters. This fight, Isaac Muhammad taking on Jirai Ishii. This is the fight on the card. This is probably for me the most richest, talented fight on this fight card between these two young men. So we have Isaac Muhammad, 20 years old. His record in one championship is 2 wins, 0 losses, 0 no contest, 2 fight win streak, beating Haruyuki Tanetsu won last week by first round KO in his last fight. He also beat Antonio Piana by TKO. So good wins, right? Jirai Ishii is also 20 years old. His record in one championship is 4 wins, 0 losses, 0 no contest, 2 wins by KO, 1 win by TKO. He fought Walid Snoosi to a no contest in his last fight, which was an eye poke for Jirai Ishii. It happens, right? I do believe he was beaten up Walid Snoosi, and I'm pretty sure he was going to get the KO if the fight had continued. So what do we have here? This is a mind blowing fight, guys. This is going to be the fight that's going to really set these guys apart from each other, but might even set up a good rivalry as well. DSPV, before I give you my picks, so that give you my take on this one. DSPV gave some good information about the Ishii family, right? So Jirai Ishii, um, Ishii fought last week in K1. I think that is his younger or his cousin. I think younger cousin. Crazy fight. I think Ishii is a very good young talented fighter. One to watch for the future, right? He did say, quote, not sure if Ishii deals with Isaac's pressure, but if he can, I think Ishii can get him in round 2 or round 3. But we ain't see Isaac in those later rounds. This Channel 7 fight, I thought you'd be interested in seeing. So he's claiming that he's not sure that Jirai Ishii. Sorry, that's my watch. A lot of noise in the background. If he's not sure if Jirai Ishii deals with the pressure of Isaac Muhammad, and we know Isaac Muhammad has got a hell of a pressure. In fact, all of them fight like that. Nayan Muhammad and the other pitch brother, they put on the pace, right? But not too sure what he looks like in the later rounds. And he finds that if Jirai Ishii survives the first round, then he actually catches Isaac Muhammad round 2 and round 3. That's his pick, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a hard time disagreeing with it. I find between the two fighters, I find Jirai Ishii to be the more technical fighter. I find him to be more dangerous in the sense that the way he attacks the body and the legs and sets up his sharp boxing. I think both guys are fighting out of the southpaw stance as well. I think Muhammad might fight in orthodox. So I find Ishii to have a little bit more weapons that can really devastate you, right? The way his calf kick and the steep kick sets up people. I haven't found a fighter so far that is able to deal with it. And Ishii has fought some good names, guys. Right? Enzo Clarice, good name. TKO'd him in the third round. Haleng Om, not really the high level fighter, but durable and powerful and got some good wins in one championship. KO'd him in the third round. Yunus Munin, heading out to France, Morocco, kickboxing heavy, powerful puncher, heavier than Jirai Ishii, knocks him out in the second round. Then he fights Satoshi Katashima. They go toe to toe for 3 rounds, but Jirai Ishii dominates him over every round. Right? So we need to put some respect on this young man's name already at the level that he's fighting at, right? In a good division where we have Sandro Bossi as well. Good fighters, right? Adam. We have Barbosa also there. We have Alif. It's just a very good division to watch. Isaac Muhammad, he is dangerous as well. I'll say he's equally as dangerous as Jirai Ishii because of that pressure. And that pressure that he does have is super, super aggressive. Big elbows in the clinch, sharp boxing, powerful shots. A little bit slower than Jirai Ishii, but powerful shots. And again, people will fall to that pressure. I don't know who's going to win here because the fight styles are super dangerous. I do think that Isaac Muhammad can catch Jirai Ishii if he keeps him in a clinch, puts him on the back foot, puts him in a clinch, drops some big knees and elbows on him. I think he can beat Ishii that way. For Ishii, if he keeps using that nice footwork and attacks the body frequently and the legs frequently, I think Isaac Muhammad is going to fall to that and will show him the face and then eventually get knocked out Because Isaac Muhammad does fight a little bit reckless to the point where it's like he doesn't really worry about defenses. He just wants to go forward the whole time, and that can lead to his demise against a high skillful athlete, Jirai Ishii. Jirai Ishii's got a very good weapon selection, and that's dangerous. Yo, this is gonna be a high level fight. This fight for me, guys, I would watch this every year. They fight each other every year. I'll watch it every time because of what they have and because of the talent that they've got. It's just breathtaking to watch. Love to see what you guys have in the comment section for this one. DSPV he's going with Ishii. His word is like gold. It's like the Bible. The shit doesn't go. It's like it's never going wrong, right? It's hardly ever incorrect if you think about it that way. And I'm not even that religious. Let's keep it moving to the next fight. Give me your thoughts in the comment section, please. Staying in the strawweight division again. Look at the young man on screen. We have Jonas Anan taking on Ryamu Matsumoto. Also very, very young. Jonas Anan is 18 years old. His record in one championship is 2 wins, 0 losses, 0 no contest. He beat Hyun Yong P by unanimous decision. Ryamu Matsumoto is 21 years old. His record in one championship is 0 wins, 1 loss, 0 no contest. He lost to Wei Jingqing by unanimous decision in his last fight. Not much I can really say here. I think Jonas Anan is the better fighter. He's got a better skill, bigger gym, better training partners. His brother is the champion in the bantamweight division. Ryamu, on the other hand, I don't know what to make of him. I don't know what to make of this guy's style. I don't know if he's a great. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this guy. So I'm not gonna give you my picks. I think if I will give you one, I think Jonas will beat him, but not much I can really say on Matsumoto. Let's see what happens on the fight card, but I'm doubtful for Matsumoto getting a win here, to be honest with you guys. I will give you that pick. I think Jonas and Anan will probably win this fight. But let's keep it moving to the next one. Let's go. Okay, up next we have Kusen Salomov taking on Petlampun. Kusen Salomov is 19 years old. His record in one championship is 2 wins, 1 loss, 0 no contest. He lost to Lam Singh by split decision in his last fight. Petlampun is 29 years old. His record in one championship is 7 wins, 4 losses, 0 no contest. 3 wins by KO, 1 win by TKO. He lost to Ayad Al Badr, first round head kick KO in his last fight. So, what do we have here? We have, just like I described, Kusen. Kusen fights identical. Kasan fights identical to Kusen. They don't have any differences in the way that they fight. It's literally as identical as them being twins. There's no differences in the way that they fight. Right? High volume, high pressure, lots of spins, fantastic footwork, hard to catch, extremely durable. I would say durable, but like because they're so hard to hit, they don't really take a lot of damage. They're hard to find. And Lam Singh put the power on him. Lam Singh arguably lost a couple of rounds, but he got the knockdown. And that's what made him win the fight. If he had not gotten that knockdown, he would have lost the fight. And Petlampun fights like Lam Singh. Is powerful, precision, not a high pace, but good precision like strikes. Does get tagged a lot. Petlampun does get tagged a lot. He does have bad boxing defense. And I find that he's going to get overwhelmed by the pressure of Kasan in this fight. Kasan's going to put a lot of pressure on him, and that's going to force him to react. And that's when Petlampun has shown me in a large portion of his fights. When you put him on the pressure, he does let go of the defense, and that's when you can actually catch him. It becomes a little bit too predictable and walks into shots. So I'm not too sure if he gets the job done here, but I do think he can put the pace on him as well. I think if Petlampun keeps it in the clinch, looks for hard, sharp elbow counters when Kasan comes forward, I think he can catch him. If he stays up boxes with Kasan, I think he loses. So he's going to have to, for me, body kicks, leg kicks, clinch. That's the game. Overhand right, clinch. Throw in elbows, throw in knees. He needs to work him. Lam Singh did that in his fight. If Lam Singh didn't land the boxing, he clinched with Kasan. And he won the fight that way. So, and obviously the knockdown in the first round. Petlampun's going to have to do something very similar. If he tries to chase Kasan around the ring, he's going to walk into something big and get KO'd. But let's see what happens in this fight. Give me your thoughts in the comment section, guys. I'd love to hear your opinions. Opening fight of the fight card, we have Julian Mayoga taking on spelled that wrong. Toshihiko Konosu from Japan. Julian is making his one championship debut, primarily fought in TFL. His record is 3 wins, 1 loss in no contest. This will be his pro debut. He has got good scrambles. He is aggressive. He's got fantastic ground and pound, and he can strike really well. He's competent at it. Toshihiko Kunosu is primarily a BJJ guy, competed at ADCC. And you know what I feel when it comes to these kind of BJJ guys translating into MMA, it doesn't actually correlate. It doesn't carry over the same way. He's 28 years old. He's making his one championship debut. Like I mentioned, he is mainly a BJJ specialist. If you look at the BJJ guy that fought last week, also Japanese fighter, he couldn't even handle the first 30 seconds of a heavy, strong MMA grappler. So let's see what happens here. I don't know if Julian Mayoga has the same level of understanding in BJJ as Toshihiko. So if Toshihiko gets it to the ground quickly, which is where Mayoga does much of his best work, it will favor Kunosu to favor him. But I'm never convinced with pure BJJ moving over to MMA. I'm just not convinced. It's not often we see the guys get it right, if we're being realistic about this. Not everybody's going to be a Gilbert Burns, right? Let's see how he fares up against Julian. Julian has to be aggressive, keep it on the feet, box, strike, kickbox with him. Don't look for any takedowns. He's going to try and pull guard on you a lot of the time. Chop his legs, front kicks, chop his leg, box, keep moving, hit the body shot. I don't think Toshihiko will be able to take him down. That being said, Toshihiko does have incredible, unique sort of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu takedowns. I just don't know if he has good MMA wrestling that's going to help him win in MMA. But give me your thoughts in the comment section. I'd love to hear your opinions about that, guys. That is my time. If you made it this far, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. We are loving every little bit of you guys that's been supporting. Appreciate every single one of you. We do have membership content as well. Membership availability. It literally only costs $1 to sign up to our membership program, which we will then give you access to members-only interviews. So at the moment, all our interviews are available on our channel, but we are going to cross in over after next week to moving our content to members-only content for our interviews with these fighters. But that is my time. What you can expect a little bit later today, we will be going live this evening. It's 9 p.m. South African time. It's our betting man segment where I'll be breaking down our picks for One Friday Fight 142 and Fight Night 140. On that note, we also will be live on Friday for One Friday Fights and then live on Saturday for Fight Night 40. For myself and the Fighting with Friends team, have yourself a fantastic day, morning, and evening. Much love from all of us. Hope to see you guys in the live later. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one.